All right. Well, I think most folks have joined us. We can go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. My name is Ed DeRocher. I'd like to welcome everyone to the March of Dimes March for Babies virtual pep rally. I serve as the March of Dimes board chair for the state of Virginia, and you'll hear from a number of the folks today with the March of Dimes. Many friends of mine here in Richmond is where I'm at. Social distancing. So I apologize in advance if you hear my dog barking or other folks in my home. Also with me today, I do have some key pep rally essentials to keep things festive. So I've got some popcorn and I've got some things. I've got some cheerleaders in my home. So and also have a March of Dimes water. So I've got all the comforts of home. But first of all, I want to thank all of our medical community and essential employees during these challenging times. We could not get through this crisis without them, and I know we're all grateful for their service. And thank each of you for taking time to be with us and for all that you do for the mission. We appreciate all that you do, and together we can continue to make a difference. For over 80 years, the March of Dimes has pioneered research-led programs, provided educational resources, and enabled policy changes so that every mom and baby can have the best possible start. Our organization has a proud history of supporting our nation through challenging times. And in our early days, we pioneered the vaccine research leading to the eradication of polio in the US. Today, the March of Dimes is proud to lead the fight for healthy moms and strong babies, knowing the importance of research and how it can help us unlock much needed breakthroughs in maternal and child health. Currently, our medical system is being tested as never before, and it's imperative that the March of Dimes plays a leading role as we navigate these new challenges in our country. There's never been a more important time for all of us to step up. You may have heard to safeguard all staff, volunteers, and participants, March for Babies events across Virginia and the country are going virtual. We've been marching on behalf of moms and babies for over 50 years. This year, in all of our locations, we were gearing up for the March events like we always do, and looking forward to seeing all of our friends and sharing our stories. But now we have the unique opportunity to engage with our supporters and our friends and family in a completely different manner. This week, in my home in particular, my daughter wanted us to go to the movies and wanted to have a normal movie experience that all kids are used to. But under the circumstances, she took it upon herself on her own and created a movie experience at home where we had tickets, we waited in line, and much more. So it was nevertheless very fun and exciting. So if our kids can be so thoughtful and so creative, it shows that we all can as well. I'm excited to offer a brand new way for all of us to stay engaged safely during our virtual campaign. And you'll hear more about that in just a few moments. I'm proud to have my employer support March of Dimes during this critical time. At Dominion Energy, we believe that serving our community is of utmost importance, and I know you share in that as well. I look forward to seeing all of you as Virginia steps up, and now I'd like to have Ellen Vance give some information about what the March of Dimes is doing in response to COVID-19. So I'll hand it over to Ellen. Thanks again for all that you're doing. And one administrative item, feel free to submit any questions as we go along in the chat box, and we'll get back to you in the future. Thank you so much. I think Ellen's muted right now. I think we'll wait a moment to.
Ellen, do you want?
There you go. Thanks, Ed. Technology, you know, some days you have it, some days it has you. So anyway, hello everyone. I'm Ellen Vance, and I have the pleasure of serving on the board of directors for the March of Dimes. Even in the best of times, moms and babies rely on March of Dimes programs, our research, our advocacy, and our health information every day. During this time of urgency, given the COVID-19 pandemic, the need is even greater. This is extraordinarily personal for me today because my nephew and his wife are expecting their first child. And it has been a frightening time when it should have been a joyous time. In fact, she went into labor last night. And as this video conference unfolds, I'm waiting to hear the outcome. So we're all nervous over here. And my sister, who's going to be a grandmother for the first time, is probably pacing and has been since 11 o'clock last night, waiting to hear word. So in response to the current events, moms and babies carry more health risks than other populations. And so the March of Dimes has started offering many new resources, including updating their website to provide information on understanding the impact of COVID-19 as best anyone can understand that right now. They've gathered leading public health experts for live panel discussion events to provide families with answers to their numerous questions. The My NICU Baby app, hosted by the March of Dimes, has been updated with COVID-19 related content. The March of Dimes supports research and will help fast track, we hope, the development of interventions such as a vaccine for COVID-19 that are safe for both pregnant and lactating women. Additionally, I'm so proud that the March of Dimes staff has sent words of encouragement and meals to many of our NICU staff, our healthcare heroes, across the state of Virginia during what must be an extraordinarily challenging time in healthcare. I can't even imagine what it must be like on the front lines right now, and I work in healthcare, but I'm not a healthcare practitioner, so I can only imagine. Now, really importantly, we'd like to hear from our ambassador family, the Kellers, and we have the Kellers with us live today.
Thank you, Ellen. My name is Kristen Keller, and I'm Emerson's mom. So I would just like to take a moment to share a little bit of our story with you guys. So my pregnancy started off fairly normal, excited to welcome a new bundle of joy. I had the normal morning sickness, the usual. It wasn't until about our 20-week anatomy scan that things started to go downhill. The doctor was telling us that our baby was measuring about the first percentile and had little to no amniotic fluid surrounding her. So after our appointment, they did tell us to go to labor and delivery and just get monitored. A few days after that, I did develop preeclampsia, and her blood pressure and also her heart rate started to drop. And so they just made the decision that it was best for me to be transported to Norfolk General, where she would have be emergency delivered. I'm sorry. After that, little warrior, she was born at 25 weeks gestation, weighing 1 pound, 1.6 ounces. So she was roughly the size of about a 22-weeker. That was due to the intrauterine growth restriction. She showed us quickly that she was a fighter and that Emerson was going to do what Emerson wanted to do. She fought through a tough journey in the NICU, fighting chronic lung disease, retinopathy of prematurity, and just all in all, tiny birth weight. It makes it a lot difficult for those babies to fight as much as the bigger ones. And after 101 days in the NICU, we finally got to take her home. And it was amazing. Although the journey didn't stop when we got home, she conquered everything that we threw at her, therapy, sessions, everything. So we are super proud of all the obstacles she's overcome. So that's basically a little snippet of my journey and her journey as well. I do want to thank you guys for supporting March of Babies and Babies Just Like Emerson, and continuing to march for babies as we transition to a virtual walk. It truly means a lot.
Oh, what a great reminder of why we're here today. Thank you to the Keller family for sharing the story with us. My name is Kadeem Frierson, the event chair for the Richmond March of Babies and a representative of the Xi Delta Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated, a March of Dimes national service partner. I want to start off by thanking our sponsors from across Virginia this year that have stood by us during this challenging times. Platinum sponsors include Anthem and Dominion. Gold sponsors include Virginia Natural Gas, UPS, and United Healthcare. We are so grateful for our silver and bronze partners. You are listed here as well on our local media page. As Ed mentioned, keep our participants safe. March of Dimes, March for Babies has gone viral this year. We're asking our sponsors to take part in a virtual walk. That means you can participate in our event safely at home by walking in your own neighborhood, which is convenient for you. We have even partnered with the Charity Miles app to help our participants track their steps. Participants can choose to fundraise, support, and spread awareness for March for Babies, all from the comfort of their homes. Then on May 15th, we will all come together as March for Babies participants from across the country can join us online for a virtual live stream celebration event. Here's what you can do to get started. March of Dimes is asking participants to continue to register at marchforbabies.org. This will create your March for Babies webpage that can be used for online fundraising. Once registered, you can personally give a donation to kick off your fundraising. Don't forget to recruit your teammates. Just because you are walking virtually doesn't mean that your teammates aren't important. Every participant truly makes an impact during March for Babies. If you recruit 9 others to join you in your fundraising efforts, each of you gather 5 donations that will total in 50 donations in honor of March for Babies, 50th anniversary. Keep in mind that when you support us right now, they are helping March for Babies research COVID-19 treatments, ensuring there are inclusive and safe pregnant women. We are helping to provide advocacy efforts needed to help these families directly impacted by COVID-19. We are assisting in giving resources and training for doctors and nurses in the NICU and the ICU. We are fighting tirelessly for moms and babies. While our event may look a little different this year, I have no doubt that the participation across Virginia will step up so we can support healthy moms and strong babies. Now we will hear from our March of Dimes Senior Development Manager, Ms. Carolyn Mack. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Kadeem, and good afternoon, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the Senior Development Manager for the March of Dimes, and I get the privilege of serving our community here in Hampton Roads alongside the March of Dimes. So I'd like to just start off my part of the presentation here with just doing a quick poll question. So I would like to know how many of you guys know how long March for Babies has been around. So take a quick moment and give your best shot to the answer there. You might have heard it. It's been an Easter egg in a couple of the presenters' portions of the meeting already. So we'll give it just a second. Great. It looks like most of you guys are right on the ball, and that is, if you guessed 50 years, then you are correct. We have been marching for moms and babies for over 50 years, so this is our 50th anniversary, and we're so proud of that. I'm going to go ahead and launch one more poll question for you, and I would love to see if you guys have been hearing what March of Dimes has been doing in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. So Ellen touched on a little bit of the things that we've been doing, but go ahead and take your best guess here at the poll. Great, everybody's spot on. The correct answer was all of the above. We're trying our best to support our families in as many ways as possible during this challenging time. So with it being a challenging time and our 50th anniversary, it's important now more than ever that we come together to support our cause. I wanted to share with you guys some additional details about the March for Babies Step Up campaign. You've probably noticed that our logo is looking a little different these days for March for Babies. So I wanted to give you some details about that. First, it's not that different from our previous March for Babies campaigns. It's just an ongoing virtual campaign where you can track your steps rather than attending an actual physical walk in your community. There's multiple ways to fundraise and engage others. As Kadeem mentioned, we've partnered with the Charity Miles app to provide an additional resource for our walkers to use this year. Charity Miles can be used to earn funds for March of Dimes, so you can ask your friends and family to pledge their support just as you would have done before, but in a new, fun, virtual way. So to download the Charity Miles app, you can go to marchforbabies.org or use a link that was sent out by the March of Dimes team via email. You can even use your phone right now to scan the QR code that is displayed on the screen to begin your download. Once you've gone through the registration process that is required by the Charity Miles app, it's important to note that you need to link your March for Babies webpage back to the app so that your donations will show up on your March for Babies page. Let me just walk you through that really quickly. I've got a few screenshots here. First, be sure you, of course, register on marchforbabies.org because that's where your fundraising link is going to come from. Then you can click on the gear at the top right corner, seen here, circled in red, of the Charity Miles app. From there, you're going to set up your goals, such as how many miles you'd like to walk. Personally, myself, I just like to share, I'm walking 25 miles in support of March of Dimes. So you can select whatever mile length is appropriate for you. You'll enter that in. Then once you have all that situated, you can go ahead and add your personal link, also circled here in red, so you can see it there. Once all that's completed, you can use the Get Pledges button, seen here circled in red, on the app to send it out to others, such as your friends and family, so that they can pledge their support to you. There's a screenshot there of what the Get Pledges button looks like, as well as what the app will look like as you enter in your different walks as you add up your miles. Lastly, don't forget, it's important to complete the goal that you set for yourself so you can ensure that you get all your pledges. You can be a part of our Wake Up and Step Up challenge, so you can schedule a time in the morning to complete your walk. You can invite your teammates to do the same. You guys can do so separately in your neighborhoods, around your home, in your backyard, or safely in a big open space, whatever is convenient for you. Also, if you're not a morning person, remember that nights, afternoons, and evenings work as well. If you have any questions at all about getting set up on the Charity Miles app, don't hesitate to reach out to your local March of Dimes staff. We're always here to help and support you. We'll also be sending out a tutorial video following this call that can help walk you through in a more detailed manner so you can get set up with no problems. Now we will hear from Kara a little bit about how to do some virtual fundraising. Take it away, Kara.
Thanks, Caroline. Hi, everybody. I'm Kara Fulop, and I am part of the Anthem March for Babies corporate team. At Anthem, we love supporting our community, and we have been part of March for Babies for several years. Our team has had some really great success with the virtual fundraising strategies that the March of Dimes suggests. In fact, we're currently hosting a Pampered Chef online virtual fundraiser, and depending on the amount of money that is earned will give us a certain percentage towards our cause. And as of right now, we are at $500 donations going towards our march. So we're really excited about that. I keep challenging everybody every night for more and picking on people that don't give money because, you know, calling people out tends to make a difference. I'd like to share with you some of the things that you can do right now. Please, first, be sure that your fundraisers link through your Facebook page. This can be done by logging into your March for Babies account, then clicking through the options to complete your profile. Option number 3, as shown here, will link to your social media if you click the Create button. Linking your fundraiser to Facebook allows you to share your cause with a wider audience. It creates urgency about what we're doing, and it gives you the opportunity to thank people when they give the donations. It gives you opportunity to interact with others. It gives you the opportunity to post March of Dimes information, such as the COVID-19 things that we're doing, or facts that may help increase the interest. The more you post, the more it's going to get seen, and the more interest that will be brought forward, and the more you're likely to raise. The March of Dimes team has also put together a virtual fundraising guide that provides helpful ways to gather donations from home. Virtual events can be a lot of fun. You can set up an activity using Zoom or any other virtual meeting platform and collect donations for admission during the activity. You can do a play date, a story time, a yoga or cooking class. You can have a movie where they got to pay tickets and then they can all do a virtual movie. My daughter actually did a Bachelor Zoom meeting where they all watched The Bachelor, and she charged people $2 entry to be part of it, and that went towards her donation for the March for Babies. So I don't know how much she earned. I haven't seen it yet, but she promised. You can also challenge your followers to help you meet your fundraising goal. Get them to donate by promising to complete a crazy task once you're completed. This can be a pie in the face from your kids. You can eat baby food or dye your hair purple or something along those lines. You can be part of a Give 50, Get 50, Raise 50. There's lots and lots of ideas and creative ways that you can help raise money and do it virtually. In celebration of March for Babies' 50th anniversary, supporters give 50 steps, get 50 steps, and raise $50 to help moms and babies. You could start off by recording a short video of you taking 50 steps, then you tag your friends on social media and tell them to do the same thing. Encourage those friends to help you raise $50 on your March for Babies page, which will be famous. Lastly, don't forget about the virtual incentives for donors. This can include getting one-on-one time with a team leader during a coffee break, personalized social media shout-outs. I have done, the person with the largest donation will get an ice cream party, and what I really did was I gave them a gift card for Sweet Frog so that they could take their family and get Sweet Frog when it opens up again. You also can look to your employers. Anthem is doing a 2-for-1 match at this time. So through May 5th, you get $1 and Anthem will give us $2. So they're matching 2 for 1. They also are doing Dollars for Doers, which is volunteering. So any of those events where you're helping to raise money or you're encouraging people that's considered volunteer work, if you keep track of those hours, Anthem will also donate funds towards March for Babies for those hours. So you may want to check with your employers and see what kind of options they have. Really, the sky's the limit, and I know that you all can do it. We got to think outside of our boxes these days. So feel free to be as creative as possible in incorporating your virtual fundraising. And now Caroline will conclude our meeting.
Thanks so much, Kara. And thanks to everybody for giving us some time during your lunch hour to kind of go over what the new March for Babies virtualized event will look like. I'm happy that we got to share some of those updates with you and some new fundraising strategies for moms and babies, because we really need you guys now more than ever. I did want to make 2 quick announcements before we close out the meeting today. First, I just wanted to say, due to the current situation, that although we are coming together as a nation to celebrate March for Babies on May 15th, and we're so excited to do so, donations will still be accepted and of course much appreciated beyond that date. So that is not a deadline. You're happy to still fundraise beyond that if you wish to. And lastly, I'm pleased to announce that we're going to be running a challenge for all March for Babies participants to be entered into a raffle for a gift card prize pack if you complete these 3 things. So first, please make sure you're registered at marchforbabies.org. Second, go ahead and start your fundraiser on Facebook or the Charity Miles app. And then third, be sure to raise $50. So for every $50 that you raise between now and May 1st, you'll be given 1 entry into our raffle. And the raffle is actually a $70 value. It includes gift cards to Chipotle, Target, and Starbucks. So we're really excited about that. We are so grateful for our supporters, so we just wanted to show a little bit of our appreciation and give a nice little incentive there. So be on the lookout. Again, this will run through May 1st, and it's open to all March for Babies participants. So go ahead and get your fundraising going. And don't forget that you can kickstart your fundraising by making a personal donation to your own fundraiser as well. So I know some of you guys have put comments and questions into the chat, and the March of Dimes team will be following up with you on those following this call. We do want to be good stewards of everybody's time, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up. But I just wanted to say thank you again for really stepping up for moms and babies, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.